corner pieces. So you can see those here. And they're pretty much all welded together. We tacked these together. This tube, well, I don't know if you can see, this is where we're going to mount this into the gate. And this tube is smaller, but it's a thicker material. So the wall of it is way thicker than any of the other ones. So that's why we welded these on. The only problem is it was a smaller outer diameter than the corner pieces we made. So we had to cut some thinner material, cut it open, and applied it to this so that it would fit in, and then we welded it in layers. This is the piece before it was welded. So we've got these 41.5 inches long from corner to corner because we're gonna have to connect it to the gate. And so the piece coming out of the gate that's going to go down in here, plus this piece, is going to add some distance. What we're looking at is trying to get it at 44.5 to fit in there. So each one of these in total length is 44.5, so that they'll go together without much space. And then we can offset that with the connections because we can thread those in and out. We had to weld on different material. So we cut some pot, we opened it up, we slid that over, it's thinner, and then we welded it on here and then around and just kind of tacked it on so that it wouldn't slide off. And then, but I didn't like the way that looked, even though that fits in there. I didn't like the way it looked, and plus I wanted extra support here where it was going to connect into the gate. And we're trying to weld those in. We're going to take this and then run a bead on it. I'm going to put these in, and we'll check and make sure they're square before we run them down. And now that we've got those inserted, we'll get these welded on. So we're going to weld here and here first, but I want to get everything together before I do any welding. Let's make sure this one is 41.5. It is. So we could weld these now before we work on the length here. I may have to hammer that down, but I don't want to do it right now. It's a little bit shorter, so we're going to have to bring it out some. These need to be 44. That one's at 43.25, so we made that one, put it on there too far. So bring that apart until we get it to 44 here, just where I want it. So that needs to come down some. We're going to compare in just a second. Went a little too far with that one. Make sure everything's lined up. I'm just going to use this other one to measure it. Once I get a bead on it, maybe it should stay. It better stay. You can see how that wire feeder is just kind of pushing it. As long as it didn't move around, I'm trying to get right on the tip there. Yeah, 41.5 here, we're safe to weld that. The second one down here at the bottom.